Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Santee and this is Beauty. Today we're finally going to be putting together a look with the JUVIA'S Wahala palette. This is their newest palette. They did launch some little mini palettes, like I think just a couple of days ago. They're like little 6-pan mini palettes, but this is their most recent like larger palette, and it's absolutely beautiful. Wahala means drama. They translated here on the front. Beautiful artwork on the front of the palette. The same artwork, I have such a hard time saying that, artwork is on the inside cover as well. And then there are 20 shades in this palette. They're a combination of mattes, shimmers, metallics, and duochromes. The only shades in this palette that I'm just not happy with are the pressed glitters. Pepper Bodhi and Clout, those two are pressed glitters. This one right here, Yanga, it's not a pressed glitter, but it's very gritty. You'll see whenever I do a swatch. I did a swatch of this because I was thinking about using this on my eye look. I ended up not doing it because it was just so gritty and grainy that it's one of those that you need a glitter glue, some kind of a glitter base for it to work. Just trying to put it directly on your eyelid is just not going to do anything. This is the eye look that I put together using this palette. I decided to go with something a little smoky, a little more grungy, kind of different than what I normally do because, you know, I tend to do corals and purples and stuff. So I wanted to kind of do something a little bit different, and it came out beautiful. Let's go ahead and get started so you can see how I put this look together. First thing I'm going to do is prime with my e.l.f. Poreless Primer. This is the original one. I love the matte one, but I do like this one too. So we're going to go ahead and prime our face with this real quick first. I like to press it right into the pore areas, which is around my nose, in the forehead, and I have a little bit of scarring kind of down the middle here. And this primer just helps with all that. The foundation I'm going to be using today is the JUVIA'S I Am Magic Foundation. This one is in Casablanca. I will admit, I've used this one like 2 or 3 times. I really did not like the wear time on my skin. I like the initial finish. The initial finish is like really beautiful. Ooh, it's a little bit more tan than my skin is right now, but that's okay. We'll make it work. But like I was saying, the wear time was not very good. Like I would finish, and the finish was absolutely beautiful. Like I loved how it looked on my skin after blending it out and after a set and everything, but after a few hours it would start to break up, especially in my chin area, and it just did not wear well. But we'll see. Maybe after not having worn it for a while, maybe it'll wear better today. We'll see. I'm going to use my Becca Undereye Corrector to just correct some of the dark circles, and then I'm going to use my JUVIA'S I Am Magic Concealer to conceal. I am really enjoying this little brush from Real Techniques. It works really well to apply my corrector and my under eye concealer. It helps to really get into that little inner corner area. I absolutely love it. I'm not a huge fan of the JUVIA'S foundation, the I Am Magic Liquid Foundation, but I really do love this concealer. This is one of my absolute favorite formulas. This is what I usually use whenever I want to prime my eyelids for eyeshadow, but I've been currently trying out that Milani eyeshadow primer, which I really do like. But this is one of my absolute favorite concealer formulas. I'm going to set with the Color Geometry setting powder. I paid like $9 for this off of Amazon. This gives you like the smoothest blurred finish around your pore area. This powder is kind of helping to lighten up the foundation just a little bit, since that was a little bit dark. But this powder, it's sort of translucent, but it does have a little bit of pigment to it, so it is helping to kind of lighten up and even out the tone of this foundation a little bit. I'm going to use this e.l.f. brow pencil to fill in my brows real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll do our eye look. Before we start our eye look, I'm going to go ahead and do blush and highlight. This is the Believe Beauty Getting Glow Highlight and Contouring Palette in Medium Deep. I'm going to use this blush here, and then I'm going to use the highlighter over here. This blush has kind of a peachy, coppery tone to it that I think will look really, really pretty with the eye look that I'm going to be putting together. This is also a matte formula. Oh, that is such a pretty blush. I haven't actually pulled this palette out in a while, but I thought, like I said, the tones in it would be really pretty with the eye look that I'm going to do, and it's a full palette. The one thing that I've learned about myself, like I had mentioned in my haul videos, I tend to not pull out palettes. I tend to pull singles, so I'm trying to pull more of my palettes out so I can get some use out of those instead of just constantly going for the singles. Taking a little bit of the highlighter on this kind of a small detailed BH Cosmetics brush just to get the very tops of my cheekbones. Put a little bit down my nose and a little bit on the Cupid's bow. The reason why we highlight the Cupid's bow is because it brings attention to this part whenever you do your lipstick and your lip color, so that with the top bow or Cupid's bow of your mouth is more emphasized, so it looks more curvy. That's the key anyway. That's the reason why we do it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and set real quick with my Believe Beauty Perfecting Matte Setting Mist. Let that dry down, and then we'll come back and we'll start our eye look. When I first started planning my eye look, I had one plan, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't know, I might change that up a little bit. First, I want to see if this one is a shimmer or a pressed glitter. I was going to use this one, but that is a pressed glitter, so I'm definitely not going to use it. This one is called Yanga. I want to see if that one is a shimmer. It's kind of gritty, but it is smoother, as you can see. Let me see what it looks like, kind of swatched. Oh no, that's very, very gritty. Like, it just comes right off. I would have to use, look at that. It's all over my finger. Nothing, nothing is coming on my hand. Now my hand is covered in glitter. And look at that. It's still all over my finger. I'm not so sure about that one. I think with that one, I would have to use a glitter adhesive, and I really don't want to pull one out and do all that right now. I may try that in the future, but it's just not something I'm wanting to do right now. Let me see what Fighter right here looks like swatched. On camera, it has like a lime green kind of shift to it, but in person, it looks very blue. It shifts from blue to turquoise to green. But on camera, all you're really seeing is that green shift. So I'm wanting to see what that one looks like. So that's what it looks like. That is really, really pretty metallic finish. Okay, I like that. I think I'm going to use that one in the video as my all over shimmer. I know I want to use Oversabi as like my lid shade, and then Sis right here, which is kind of a brownish, deeper purplish black shade. Maybe that one on the outer corner. Maybe we'll take Stand Up as our inner corner. Let's just go ahead and get started and see where we go. We're going to start with Oversabi for sure, as over the entire eyelid. I want to lay that down. That's kind of my base color, because sometimes when it comes to yellows, they can get really, really dingy and get lost. Like if you lay down another shade first and then try to put a yellow on top of it, sometimes that yellow can get really dingy and lost. And this is kind of a rich mustardy color, so I definitely want to make sure we can see that when the other shadows are laid down on top of it. That is a very pretty pigmented shade. I'm going to blend that out just a little bit more. Past my brow bone. I want to take that towards the inner corner a little bit more. Now I'm going to go into Sis, lay that on the outer corner, and take that, blend it from the outer corner into the crease. I like that. It's not black, it's not gray, kind of a charcoal brown shade. Definitely pigmented. But we're just going to blend that right on the outer corner, taking it into the crease, and then we're going to take that blue, green, beautiful shifty shade, and we're going to lay that on the eyelid. So this is just going to be like a really quick look. You know, sometimes my eye looks take forever, depending on like how many shades I'm trying to lay down on my eyelid and how well everything is blending. But these are pretty pigmented, and they're blending pretty easily. I'm not having too much trouble. I'm going to pack some more down right there and just blend it. I'm liking how this is coming out. Yeah, I was wanting something a little more grungy. I'm going to take a pointier detailed brush so I can try to add just a little bit more of a sharpness right here. Having hooded eyelids and small eyelid space, it tends to take a little bit more time for me to get those little details and the shape just right sometimes. I have to say, I do envy you ladies out there that have this large lid space and that really big, deep, beautiful crease. Butte Bean, Betty Jean, oh my God, she does the most beautiful eyelids. She has this really big eye space and like the perfect crease. She does like these really blown out looks. So like she'll lay down the shadow and then she'll like blow it out. I have tried to do that myself, and every time I do, I swear it does not look right on me, especially red. Whenever I've tried to do that type of a blown out look using red, I just look like I have an eye infection. It just does not look right on me. But on her, those eye looks are just gorgeous. They are so beautiful. I'm going to pack a little bit more color on this side. This side's a little bit deeper than this side is, so I'm just going to pack a little bit more, try to even things out. The shadows are pigmented, but I am finding myself having to build them up just a little bit to really get the pigment that I'm wanting. Trying to even things out on both eyelids here. It's like one wing is slightly taller than the other or higher than the other. All right, there we go. We're finally evening things out. Now we're going to take the fighter shade right here and we're going to lay that all over the eyelid. It's just such a unique, interesting color to me. It feels very smooth and buttery in a swatch, but like I said, when you look at it on camera, you're getting this really like rich lime green kind of a shift, and then you can see the blue just a little bit, but in person, you see the blue more than you see the green. It's very, very unique, but we're going to lay that all over the eyelid. Hopefully I will not need to wet my brush. What do you think? Oh, that is beautiful. Ooh, yes. It's shiny, it's wet, it's metallic. I don't know if you're seeing the shift on camera. It's like on the eyelid, well, on camera, you're not really seeing the shift, but in person, it is literally shifting from green to blue to kind of like turquoise. Oh my God, it is a very unique, beautiful metallic shade. I'm not getting really any fallout. That's one thing that I noticed as I was putting on these shadows. I have not gotten like really any fallout anywhere. The shadows have kind of sat exactly where I wanted them to go. That's really nice. That is just beautiful. I am absolutely loving that. I'm going to take just a little bit more of that cis shade and just kind of blend it together right in here, just so that there's a little bit more of a transition between the wet metallic shade and the matte. I'm loving how this is coming out. A little different than what I normally do. I do a lot of pinks and purples and like corals and orange and stuff. So what I really, really wanted to do was this blue, like all over the lid, and just do kind of a monochromatic look with the blue and then one of these two shimmers. But because of the fact that like this is a straight pressed glitter, and then this is just like, I don't know, it's just very gritty. Like it would work on a brush using glitter glue. This would probably look beautiful, but I just didn't really want to do all that right now. So that's why I kind of stuck over here. I didn't want to do red or like the purples over here or sticking, because I've done shades like that before. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I think this is definitely a little different. How do I want to finish this off? I know I want to do one more shimmer in kind of the inner corner. So the question is, how do I want to finish this off? We can go with Stand Up, we can go with Gossip, or we can go with Rumors. I guess it just depends on where I want to take this. I'm going to see what these three look like real quick in a swatch, and then I will decide. Absolutely beautiful. The one in the middle right here, that's the one I'm kind of leaning towards. So let's see. All right, so those are the swatches. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one, which I think is Gossip. So I think I'm going to go with that more gold shade. That is just absolutely breathtaking. We'll just use that to just finish off the inner corner. Hopefully it won't be too dark. That's a little bit darker than I thought it was. I might have to take another shade and go over it just to kind of lighten it up. I think I'm going to take Stand Up and just kind of put that over the top of it to just lighten it up a little bit. It's a beautiful gold. Oh my God, it is beautiful. But I think it's just a little bit too dark for the inner corner. I'm going to take just a little bit of Stand Up and see if that will lighten that area up a little bit. Yes, that's definitely better. Like I said, that Gossip shade, oh my God, that is a gorgeous gold. But I think it was just a little bit too dark for the inner corner. I'm going to take a little bit more Sis, and we're just going to blend that into the lower lash line. I'm going to do a wing with my AOA Artista liner pen right here. I think I want to do kind of a bigger wing, something a little more dramatic, because this look is definitely smoky and dramatic. So I think a large wing would definitely go well. I'm slowly getting better and quicker at doing a wing. The trick to remember when you have hooded eyelids and like no eyelid space is just to keep your eyes open and straight ahead as much as possible when you're doing it, so that way you can see exactly where it's going to sit. Because if you close your eyes and you do it, when you open your eyes, more than likely the wing is not going to be sitting where you want it to be. So just make sure you have your eyes closed when you do this, and it should come out all right. I'm going to go off camera and do my lashes, throw my lips, some lip liner. We'll come back and do some final thoughts. I might even go on ahead and take this green gel liner and put that into my lower waterline. We'll see. I will be right back. Lashes are done. What do you guys think? It's definitely a little more different than I normally do, but I do like the way that it came out. I went on ahead and I did line my lower waterline with this green. I picked this up from AOA. I got like 4 shades because I wanted to try like doing my lower waterline more, but this is not very pigmented. I don't think you can even really see it. You can see it a little bit, but it's not as bright as I was hoping it would be. My lip liner is this little kind of a coppery tone pencil. This was in my Five Below haul. I didn't like the liquid lipsticks, but I really did like the pencils, so I kept all of those. My liquid lipstick, it's this one from NYX. This is called Cannes. This was actually part of the Sabrina NYX collaboration. I am almost at the bottom of this tube. I thought it would be kind of a nice pinky nude just to kind of go with the really bright eye look. Let's go ahead and do some final thoughts on the palette. I absolutely love the color story. It is absolutely beautiful, and the mattes blend beautiful. They're very pigmented. I did have to build up a little bit, but they were pigmented. They did blend beautifully. The shimmers, metallics, the duochromes, this one right here, Fighter, which I laid down right here. I wish you could see that shift that I'm seeing in person, because it is absolutely unique and it's so beautiful. And the metallics, you know, they swatched like butter. They're very shiny. They're very wet. I'm looking forward to trying some more of these and doing some more looks. My only complaint about the palette is the pressed glitters. This one, these two right here are definitely pressed glitters. And this one is just a weird kind of it's not a pressed glitter per se, but it's just so grainy and gritty that, like when I tried to do a swatch, it was on my finger, but I couldn't get it to actually swatch off. This one would probably work really well, like I said, with a glitter glue and then a brush tapped over it. I'm gonna play with that in another look and just kind of see how that works out. But as a whole, I really did enjoy this palette. I am definitely looking forward to to doing some more looks with this palette. I think this palette is $32, so it's a little bit more than some of their other palettes, but I think it was worth it. There are 20 shades in here, and the artwork, you know, on the palette, it's absolutely beautiful. I can definitely tell I am losing the natural light from the window. This is the second time that I've shot over here, so, you know, we're just trying something new. If you're new to my channel, I would love if you hit subscribe and join the little family. And if you'd like to be notified of any future videos, just tap the notification bell down below. You'll be notified each and every time. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.